It's all about targeting. Have you ever fallen prey to an advertisement? You saw that thing and you had to have it right then? Maybe it was food, or some article of clothing, or maybe that luxury vehicle. Don't deny it, you have fallen into that trap, and so have I. As a marketing professional, it is my job to get people to get that instant need to have feeling. Maybe that sounds wrong, but how else do companies generate additional sales? It's all about the marketing of goods and services. I wasn't always on the development side of marketing campaigns. I started out as a program manager for the marketing promotions department of a leading DVR company. My role was to make sure that the programs were produced and launched on time and successfully. I then had to report back to the project stakeholders the reporting metrics of each individual campaign, covering the cost to produce the campaign versus the revenue generated from the campaign. As I had access to the metrics relating to the promotional campaigns, I learned some very important lessons that have helped me when discussing marketing campaigns for my current client base. Target the right market with the right channel. The first thing I always discuss with my clients is the importance of targeting the right audience for your message. An automobile manufacturer wouldn't target teenagers for their child-safe minivans, and conversely, an amusement park doesn't target senior citizens as their demographic, unless you count the Six Flags dancing mascot. Every company has a set demographic and psychographic targeted for their products, goods, and services. When I worked for the DVR company, our broad scope target was defined as people who loved watching TV but wanted to watch the shows they like, when they wanted to. Pretty simple, right? Of course, we had subsets that we wanted to target: the early adopters of new technology, moms, business people who travel, and families who all like different programs. Of course, that is a short list of everyone we targeted. I could take up a couple pages of our target audience. The second aspect I like to discuss is finding the right channel to get your message to your prospects. In 2 years working at the DVR company, I led over 200 promotional projects. We had the right market, but I feel, after having been a part of the promotional project team, that we had missed utilizing the right channels. We used different forms of online advertising, email marketing, radio ads, print advertising in newspapers, celebrity giveaways, and talk show giveaways. I always felt there was one channel we completely missed though. Did you pick it up? We were a DVR company, but we didn't advertise in the channel that people who would use the product used the most: television. Our competition would advertise on TV, making claims of being bigger, better, faster, which, looking back, was smart marketing, now that I'm on the other side of the fence, but at the time was frustrating. I felt that we needed to be in the same marketing and advertising space as the competition, and couldn't understand management's reasons for not competing in the space. Looking back, I know my job wasn't to worry about that, and let management make their decision, but I wanted to make my opinions known about what I thought were redundant, pointless promotional campaigns, targeting for strong ROI. What I didn't realize at the time was that the management team had very clear reasons for not advertising on TV. It all came down to the bottom line, like almost everything in life, right? What the best channel was for having a strong ROI. There is a stat that marketers like to use, that it costs 8 to 10 times as much to get a new customer than retain a current one. Going off that stat, it would seem like a company would want to target their own customers, and just let new customers trickle in. There is another saying that should be used when looking at targeting for a strong ROI: it takes money to make money. Basically, you need to invest some money in order to make some money. Now, where do you invest, and in what channel do you want to invest in? Going back to my DVR company experience as an example, I will explain why we marketed the way we did. Most of the promotions I worked on were email campaigns. We ran campaigns for 2 general types of targets: current customers for upgrade or retention purposes, and prospecting campaigns to get new business. Now, why email? Why not? Almost everyone uses it on a personal basis, and when looking at the cost of development, and how specifically it can be targeted to the audience, it can be the most effective, both in cost and reach, to any audience. We had an email list of over 10 million customers and prospects. How long does it take to get the message to that many relevant prospects with a TV ad? Can you track your viewer rate and then track sales based off that commercial? More importantly, is there a way to tailor the message to the correct audience? Not for a reach of 10 million combined prospects and clients. Each required a different message and sales focus. So, I realized, eventually, I'm a little stubborn when it comes to changing my mind, that maybe a TV ad wasn't the best way to spend the marketing dollars we had. The ROI just wasn't there. Email marketing was the best way for that company to get the most ROI. Now, what may work for one company may not be what works for another. There is no true template for marketing. I do think, though, that once you have determined your target audience, it will be easier to determine what channel of marketing you want to use. There are many options that can be used, from traditional print media, to online and email marketing, to radio and TV spots, to telemarketing. The possibilities are endless when determining which channels to use or use in conjunction with each other. I always close out my initial discussions with clients with these thoughts. 1. Clearly define your target audience. 2. Outline your goals. And 3. Pick the best channel to gain you the strongest ROI. If done in that order, everything will fall in place for a successful campaign.